This instructional video will describe a flight profile that can be used during takeoff into Instrument Meteorological Conditions, or IMC. This profile has been developed for my personal use in an RV-10 aircraft equipped with Garmin G3X touch displays and a GMC 507 autopilot mode controller. In addition, both flaps and autopilot engagement are controlled via push buttons located on the control stick. Flight operations are conducted under non-commercial FAR Part 91 rules with personal minimums added for increased safety. Why do this video? Takeoff and climb out is a critical phase of flight. Limited visibility and transition to IMC present additional challenges not normally encountered during the VMC takeoff. This profile provides an efficient method of confirming takeoff performance, ensuring obstacle clearance, and continuing in flight director or autopilot aided flight. Instrument departure procedures require crossing the end of the runway no lower than 35 foot above ground level, at a climb rate of no less than 200 foot per nautical mile, and turning no earlier than 400 foot AGL. Air traffic control clearances, obstacle departure procedures, or SIDS may require a higher climb rate or turn altitude. Air traffic control expects a minimum climb rate of 500 foot per minute to the initial cleared altitude, which will ensure obstacle clearance during the transition to en route conditions. This profile aids in the accomplishment of those minimums, but the pilot must confirm that the aircraft can meet those requirements before takeoff. The profile assumes that the aircraft has been configured for departure to include the flight plan entered and confirmed, toga mode engaged, initial heading, the bug has been set to the runway heading or assigned heading, and initial altitude, the bug has been set to the assigned initial altitude. The profile should be reviewed in the pre-takeoff briefing. The heading and altitude should be confirmed last in order to provide a fresh visualization of the initial routing. Check that the heading and altitude bugs are set, read the set values, and compare them to the clearance. There may be last-minute changes assigned by air traffic control. Initial turn from runway heading should not be less than 400 feet AGL and may be higher as required or directed by air traffic control. Callouts are used throughout the profile to provide a verbal means of directing your attention to critical tasks. The overall goal is to make precise statements with the fewest words possible. The callouts include 3 single words and 2 sets of 3 phrases. Once learned, a rhythm will be developed that will lead to quick execution of the items. This allows maximum attention to maintaining aircraft control during a busy time. The proper use of the autopilot will further aid the pilot. Be aware that improper use of the autopilot will add to the difficulty of the maneuver, all the more reason to practice the profile on a regular basis so that it is automatic when it is really needed. We'll now watch a video showing the takeoff and climb out in real time. The embedded photos show items that the pilot is glancing at, and the close-up video shows the only hand movement that is required. Each pilot input should be confirmed by observing the appropriate indicator. All AFCS inputs are confirmed by observing the AFCS status box, which is located at the top of the PFD.
Clear for takeoff, say your on-course heading.
On-course heading will be 240, clear for takeoff.
Under that, westbound departure approved.
Westbound departure is approved, 240 is set. Power checked. Go. Rotate. Autopilot on. Vertical speed, 500, heading select. Flaps up, climb power. After takeoff checklist.
Coming around those radio's set up. We took the clamps to the left. Upgrade 07 out, Victor, you're still on target. That's all right. Clear to the Romeo Yankee Airport, straight to the departure.
120 knots. The critical function of vertical speed 500 heading select is displayed here. Next we'll see the FMA enunciations as we change to vertical speed, setting 500 feet, and roll changes to heading.